and that was about 6,000 RPM. It might be self-healing. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the TJR Auto channel. My name is Tyler, and in today's video, we are continuing the $900 truck series, all right? I just want to give a big thank you to everybody for the overwhelming amount of support and all the comments, the suggestions, the likes, the subscribers. Numbers have skyrocketed. I truly was not expecting it, and seriously, thank you guys all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I'm happy to have so many new people here, so welcome to the channel. I like to do things the wrong way about 3 times over to teach myself a lesson. Anyways, though, I don't want to drag this on too long because we got a big video ahead of this intro, I guess. Back on the $900 truck, let's dive into some cleanup and some creature comforts for this video. So let's get right into it. Also, probably doesn't mean much, but moved it up and down the driveway multiple times and slamming on the brakes, whatever. It still is fine. It does not lock up that wheel. So hopefully that's good. Maybe I just need a little persuasion. But I don't care to throw these in my tire pile outside. I also don't know the fate of this truck yet. So I'm not committed to allowing its parts to just be spread all around my abode. So I would at least like to swap that tailgate handle in so that we can get the fucking tailgate open and I can throw the wheels into the bed. If I end up chopping the bumper off this thing, throwing that in the bed as well. It's pretty broken, so that's not ideal. So I popped the rods out of their little clips. I was able to kind of wiggle the tailgate and pull on each wire, and it opened pretty easy. Doesn't open all the way because, you know, there's a bumper in the way, but at the least we can still get to this, get the handle assembly swapped out, and I don't have to worry about manually pulling them and being weird. I forgot to mention the guy at a tree company, so it's a lot of wood in here. So I guess at the minimum I got to clean that out. Yeah, I have a feeling the new one it might work a little better than the old one, so that's good. 16 bucks. Bada bing, bada boom. So I figure now, since our tailgate opens, I'd like to use the tailgate. So we gotta get this bumper straight. Now looking under the truck, the frame looks fine and the mounts don't look tweaked. It looks like it kinda just is moved. I don't know how to describe it, but the hitch is rusted and broken in multiple spots. But it is bolted to the bottom of the bumper, so that makes sense why the bumper pulled out if you were to try and pull a box truck out of a muddy field and you tied it to the hitch with a rope. Ironically, the bolt that I'm trying to do on camera is stuck. I can do it by hand, I just can't do it with the drill. And then of course this one I do off camera, comes right out, no problem with just the drill. So I threw it back in because what I'm thinking is this is a good point of leverage. If I can try to shove a bar in here and press down on it, I might be able to pull the bumper down a little bit. So what I think I should do is just cut the hitch bar. It's already broken over here, so I'm thinking I just chop it clean with the hitch mount itself, because then I don't have to worry about, you know, I can leave that. I don't care about it. It's mostly the center section. It's rusted and broke, so we're gonna have to get rid of it anyways. But we might as well use this piece that's bolted to the bumper to our advantage. So I'm just gonna chop this for now, and we're gonna see if we can make any magic happen with getting this thing lowered. Bent. I kind of doubt it. Oh, look at this. Look. Well, I got it partially down. Oh, that is slippery. Holy shit. There she is. So I was able to actually get the bumper pretty level. It looks like the mounting bolts are just loose, where the frame bolts to the bumper mount. As you can tell, it's pretty loose. So got it relatively level. I'm gonna try to hop under the truck, tighten up those nuts and bolts, and I think we're good. I mean, we don't have a hitch. That's fine. If I tried towing anything with that, it would have fucking snapped anyways and found out the hard way. So it's got a bumper though. It definitely looks more complete, at least having a bumper. So I'll take that. That's a win. Well, would you look at that shit, folks? She's looking more presentable. Bumper straight, tightened up the bolts. It looks like the, I guess the nuts that would be inside of the frame rail or on the bumper mount, I don't know, whichever one has like the nuts that are essentially welded to it, those broke off. So I had to, you know, do a hold back on it, tighten them up, and we are good now. Tailgate doesn't hit the bumper. It's close, but it don't hit it. So now I can load all this shit into this thing, act like I never saw them. But now at least it's still got the bumper. All these wires I'm just gonna zip tie up out of the way. That's for the trailer plug, and then there's something mounted back here with these lovely self-tappers. I'm not gonna plug that back in. I'm assuming it's hitch related. These don't even have bulbs in them or any wires going to them. So I'm just gonna tie those up out of the way. But look at that, another free fix, folks. Another free fix. She's getting there, all right? The $900 GMC Silverado. She's waking back up. She wants to live. Give this a shot. I don't think it's gonna do anything. Oh. Oh. That's coming out a little. Quick before of this thing is very gross, very dirty. It smells kind of like how these trucks always smell, but just worse. You can just tell it just has never been cleaned, so it's just very dirty, a little stinky. So I think just a quick all-around cleaning inside will get her smelling better and looking better and giving me more faith that this truck was worth it. So, and then we'll get to see, you know, stuff like the condition of the center console. See, you know, if that's actually worth a couple bucks. God forbid we gotta cut this bitch up, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give this truck all the chances I can before I throw the white towel in. Came out pretty decent. It actually cleaned up pretty well. I also did get some floor mats for it that I didn't cut the ears off of. They're the same ones that I had in my last GMC truck, like 40 something bucks off Amazon. I think they look nice, ties it in well. I promise I did vacuum this and clean it to the best of my abilities. It's better in here and it smells less bad. And the main reason for that is because I have a wild cherry air freshener here and a vanilla aroma over there. All right, let's see how sketchy this thing is. This is technically the Maiden Voyage, I suppose. Just changed out the valve cover gaskets off camera. I can't see shit. It's a big ass truck. got all 4 gears, so I'll take that. Doing 50, no problem. Pulls to the right if you let go of the wheel. Will it roll? Yeah, front brake's not stuck. It rolls on its own. Feels like a truck. I don't know. Still got good oil pressure, up to temp, good volts, a little bit of gas. Trans temp is still out cold. I will say, when I fired it up after doing the valve cover gaskets, that weird squeaking noise was only there for maybe like 5 seconds, and then it went away pretty quick, and the engine at that point was ice cold. So I think it's somehow getting better. Once again, I think it's self-healing. Sounds kind of good. I like whatever muffler's on it. Send the hoe in the driveway. Yaga yeet. Goes in the reverse good. The truck feels good. It feels really good, honestly. For a $900 sack of shit, it does pretty damn good. Also, the shifter is, yeah, it never locks itself out. The steering doesn't lock and the shifter doesn't lock. He had mentioned that there was something going on here, and I didn't ask. Don't ask, don't tell. So I figure since this thing is such a steed, and it's looking good so far, I would tear into the back window ordeal. And yeah, I tried taking that apart, and it's not really good. This, I think, is mainly the issue. This is unhooked from the regulator. I don't know where it goes. It's probably broken, though. And I saw that the lines weren't sitting right into the motor, like into the regulator, I guess, motor thing. They weren't even sitting in these tracks here. So I tried playing with it, but they're just all messed up. And for 45 bucks tomorrow, I will have one from Amazon. So thank you, Mr. Jeff Bezos, for saving my sanity, so I don't have to try fixing this. But we have upgraded from shims and packing tape to a piece of hardwood with 2 Phillips screws. So, yeah, that'll get us by for a day. Also turns out we have some Sony speakers back here, and when I was cleaning up the front door cards, I thought it looked like there was aftermarket speakers and like a tweeter or something. And these door panels here, you can see the shiny chromeness. So we've definitely got an upgraded, upgraded speakers. It has wires for like a sub and an amp that run under the back seat. So at some point it, was probably pimped out, as we can tell there. So if that's the case, I might just go ahead and try swapping in the thing, the radio I bought, the doubled-in CarPlay unit, just to see if we can get some tunes, because I'm getting this thing registered tomorrow, and then I'm probably just going to start driving the hell out of it and trying to fix whatever else along the way. So may or may not do that tonight. We'll see. She bumps pretty good. Well, folks, the GMC Silverado is officially legal. I have registered it. Ironically, I ran into the guy that screwed me on the Cobra at DMV. So that's fun. Anywhoosins, I had a weird gut feeling that none of the rear lights were working yesterday when I moved the truck around the block. Turns out my intuition was correct. Whatever I unplugged underneath the truck that went to the trailer lights and on the rear bumper, whatever box is mounted on the back here has like 3 plugs going to it, I tucked them up out of the way because I figured I was going to have to rip the bumper off, even though I didn't. Turns out those need to be plugged in to each other. And now we have fully operational lights out back, so that's good. And I figure, on the topic of lighting, I got new taillights. I really didn't care to swap any lights on this thing because I still am not convinced that the motor's not going to blow up any day now. But I guess if it's gonna blow up and be, you know, sitting on the side of the road, it might as well be in fashion. Jesus Christ. All right, well, it's just, yep, looks good right there. I bought the same exact taillights that I put on CC. Like 75 bucks on Amazon. You really can't beat it. They should look pretty cool. Well, anything's gonna look better than what we got, even though it kind of adds to the ambiance of how horrible this truck truly is. And we'll just go bulb for bulb. Okay, so what the fuck is that one? Huh, they just have an extra bulb. Cool. That's not gonna be reinstalled. Haha. Why don't you fit? Okay, there she is. There we go. And the extra bulb I'm just gonna leave there, and it'll figure itself out, I suppose. Look at that, that looks so much better already. Well, two of those don't really want to twist in, so hopefully they don't fall out. Something like that. I'd say these are a little nicer. I'd say they're a little nicer. Also pays homage to the fact that it's a GMC and not a, you know, 03 to 07 cat eye, because I believe that's what those taillights are off of. Now that's what I'm talking about. That is much better. Since we're on the topic of lighting, I figure we might as well throw on my other box of wonders, which just happens to be front lights, because these things are shot. Again, like 75 bucks on the Amazon to have yourself a nice set of headlights, boy. It's just, yeah, looks good. As we all know, the beautiful design of these lights make it very easy to get them in and out. 2 clips, that is it. Now, there's LED lights in these already. I think only the high beams work, or at least the truck was just set to high beams and one of the low beams is out, some shit, I don't know. All right, well, we got LEDs in both, so maybe I'll have to hit up the Auxito, get some fresh bulbs for this bad boy. There's our old, and our bottom one. How's this held in? Oh, it's actually clipped in. Look at that. Ooh, a rag. My favorite. Ah, yes, there is one bulb here, and I don't even know if it's installed. It is not. It is actually broken inside the housing. Ah, this one's cut, so that's good. That's that. What the fuck is going on here? There's a lot of butt splicing going on here, and it's probably why nothing works. We're gonna be honest. I'm gonna put this mysterious bulb in, because that's probably the only one that actually matters. I think that's the blinker. And we'll just shove all this very shoddy wiring back behind there. Is this grill just not in the right spot? Oh, I forgot, this truck was fucking totaled. Wow, that is horribly off. Holy hell. I mean, that's supposed to be in more. Okay, we'll play with that after. I don't know. Not off to a good start, owning a bubble eye. Shove these bad boys back in here. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. There she is. Smack her into position. Oh, there she is. Wow. That looks horrible. Jesus Christ, those bottom ones look like some eBay garbage, dude. That is ugly. There we go. Look at that. It's getting better-ish. Maybe. God, the fitment on this front end is just awful. Is that better? That's less bad. Oh, no. Oh, you fucking dick. Oh, come on. Really? How? Oh, God, it didn't even fucking fall all the way out. There she is. Well, folks, the truck, the GMC Silverado, has been doing phenomenally. Don't mind my mouth being weird and my words being slurred. I just got some dental work done because I drove the old girl to the dentist. So, unfortunately, on the way here, the passenger front brake started kind of dragging again. I don't know if it's the caliper or if it's the hose, so I'm going to go buy a hose and a caliper. The driver's side caliper is definitely newer, so I'm not going to worry about that side. That side hasn't started smoking yet. The passenger side did start smoking again. So truck's been cooling down for about a half hour while I got some teeth work done. So let's go to AutoZone and hope that this truck doesn't fucking kill me. Ah, she's mint. She gotta air the brake smell out of this bad boy. I like this truck more than I should. I really hope the motor doesn't blow up. Caliper and hose. The front passenger wheel. Let's try knocking it out. Fingers crossed, everything goes good. I wish this was a 4D cinema movie. I wish you guys could feel how hot this fucking thing is. Literally just from sitting in front of it, it feels like a fucking campfire. It's insane. Holy shit. Oh yeah, the caliper's fucked. Wow. Pistons are beat on. I'll show you guys in a minute when I get this thing freed. And then it rips the brake line off because I have nothing here to catch it. It'll probably melt a hole in this race ramp, but at least it won't fall that far. There she is. Whew. Yeah, that thing is cooked. Holy hell. Well, the pads are probably glazed, but they might be all right. Wow, that got hot. I've never seen one of those fucking come off before. Holy shit. I'm like scared to touch everything. Wow. So that's our front. Oh God, it's so hot. And here's our rear. Well, they don't really feel grooved, but I also really can't feel shit through these gloves. So I might as well swap out the whole bracket too if it comes out easy enough. Because I got that as part of the deal with the new caliper. So let's put that right there. It's not pulling on the hose. The boot came off the CV axle. I definitely need to invest in a clamp for that. Rotor's got a little groove on it, but nothing crazy. So I think we'll be okay to rerun these pads and rotor. It's not even worn unevenly, so I don't see a reason why we can't do it. It's probably not the smart move, but that's the move I'm going to go with. Oh, nice. That's one. Oh, and that's two. The slider pins came out no problem with the impact. So, all right, that's that. The socket's warm just from that little bit of movement. It's crazy. Whew, the amount of material back here is insane. Holy hell. Let me put a glove on for this, I guess. There's that. The boot's melted off the top of that bracket. All right. Ah, yes, now it spins. Yes. All right, cool, cool, that's that. All right, we're like a third of the way there. So, threw some red Loctite on these bolts. They are still steaming hot, so I can't do them without the gloves. The rotor's actually burning my hand through my right glove right now. That's probably tight enough. I made sure before I left the parts store that the bleeder was on top, so that means it is the right, you know, it's the correct caliper. The bleeder needs to be on top. If it's on the bottom, it's never gonna bleed. So, yes, that is correct. Thankfully, the new caliper came with the new slides for the pads. So, get these greased up and get them installed. Just like that. This is where the pad is going to ride. So we're gonna lube it up. Let's kind of smear some around. Can't hurt unless you put too much, then it can hurt when your truck doesn't break and you crash. I mean, these seem like they've just seen a lot of heat. So, oh yeah, they smell. Hopefully they work fine. I don't know. I just put my hand right in the grease. All right, that's one on. Let's just wipe that grease off. Smear it on the pad by accident. Yeah, these just seem like they got really hot. I don't know if I'd say that they're bad after that. I probably should throw new pads on this, but I'm not going to. I'll put this plate on afterwards. It's not crucial for initial install. These gloves are so goddamn bulky. Oh, I hate wearing gloves. All right, boom. The new ones are already greased up. They look good. They felt fine. So I'm not going to worry about adding anything. Ow. Here comes the fun part. We got to see if the brake line looks like the right one, which just gotta open it and see. So this was like here. There's a mount underneath, yep, just like that. Goes there. I would say this is probably the right one. I'm gonna call myself fortunate. The line cracked loose pretty easy. The fitting's not sticking to the metal line, so it is coming off pretty good. As soon as I get this off, I gotta pop this clip, rip the old brake line out, shove the new one in, and at least try to get this caught. Already it's starting to piss. Ugh. Yep, there she is. All right, so there's that. So quick. All right, there's our fitting. Here's our old one. I'll let that just drain for a second. New one will go right in. I'm not sure if this clip is the same, so I might have to rig some sort of clip in here. But I didn't really try too hard yet to get that clip in. I just want to get this thing to not leak, and then I will be happy. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna need a clip. There's no way it sits like that, right? No, there's no shot. That wouldn't work. I guess that's how it sits. Okay. Proved me wrong, Little Miss GMC Silverado. All right. Oh, I didn't even realize we have it coming out of the line over here now. I guess it's been leaking out of here probably since I got that thing snugged. So, let's get this snugged up now. Now we know our line is bled. Just a little tap. Usually seats the copper washers a little bit better. All right, that should be good. Wipe this off. Okay, now I will crack the bleeder loose and we'll see if we can just gravity bleed it. If not, at the worst case, I can crack out the vacuum bleeder and get this thing bled in 2 seconds. Top off the brake fluid. We should be good. I threw the vacuum bleeder on it for, I don't know, maybe like 45 seconds, and the brake pedal feels better. It feels like how shitty a GMT 800 pedal should feel. Before it was just a little too soft for my liking, but now, you know, it feels how it did before. So I think we're good there. I topped off the reservoir, so should be good there. It's at its max, so we're good with that. And yeah, now we have a brake that does not stick. So that's a big bonus. That's still very hot. See, it moves, I promise. So, should be good there. Let me show you guys how roached this caliper is. Still very hot as well. But, I mean, you can tell the seals are shot. You know, the dust seals are melted. But look at the actual piston. Look how bad the actual pistons are. So, there was no saving that with, you know, just a quick little, oh, let me fix the bleeder. That's something else going on there. So, now I get to clean this whole fucking mess up. I get to let the caliper cool off longer because it'll probably catch on fire if I put it back in the box. But I can pop the line off and I can bring the caliper and its bracket back to AutoZone. And I think I get like 50 or 60 bucks back. So that's nice. Well guys, test drive after getting the wheels on. I played with the alignment a little bit on that wheel. I think 2 of the alignment pins are broken for the back side of the upper A-arm. So that's cool, but it drives fine. Still slightly pulls to the right. It did that before. If you jump on the brakes real hard, it pulls to the right, kind of expected. But it seems like the cambers will kind of figured out. It's not as positively cambered, so I think that's good. But brakes work good. Let me slam on them when there's not people outside staring at me. Let's see. But brakes work good. It still drives pretty damn solid, so we didn't hurt nothing. I'm definitely gonna have to put a few miles on it though and just make sure that everything is still good and kosher. All right, so I'll slam on them here and slam. That wasn't to the floor, but they still stop, so. Getting on them pretty hard. See, she stops. So I got faith that we fixed it, which I will take. Oh yeah. 4-wheeling. Hashtag Froden. Okay, I lied. It is definitely still positively cambered. If anything, I might have given it some toe in. I don't know how to feel about that. But yeah, there's no alignment dowels for this plate or for this one back here. This side has them on both. So the A-arm probably has to come out to replace those pins from the 2 minutes of Googling that I did. So I'm gonna make an alignment shop deal with that. But our line here is not leaking. It is still good. I did not zip tie it. And we look good down there at the caliper. So it's not smoking yet. Like I said, I gotta throw a couple miles on it. It was about 10 miles, 15 miles-ish, where I could feel the caliper start sticking and start dragging. So got to put a couple test miles on her, but she's looking good-ish, running good-ish, and most importantly, has not blown up yet. Right about there. Now, the GMC Silverado is officially mine. I forget if I had said it in the last video or at some point in this video. I don't know, my brain is fuzzled. the underneath of this thing is just disgusting. Every single thing is coated in oil and grime and dirt and gunk. So I figure as part of our cleanup, I might as well power wash the underneath of this thing, and also power wash the heads off where the valve covers used to leak, just so we know if we have a new leak. Exhibit A and Exhibit B. Much cleaner now. It would appear it is broken. I actually don't know if it's broken. I mean, we all know this thing is fucking broken, but I don't know why the check engine light came on. I've never plugged a code reader into this thing. It only popped up the other day when I was cruising on the highway, but the truck still runs fine and feels good. So let's plug in and see what we got. So I figured for the hell of it, I threw my gauges on, and I just wanted to see why the AC system didn't work at all. The compressor didn't even try kicking on. And when I bought the truck, the guy told me that the AC did work when he parked it about 3 to 4 months ago. It was dead flat. So we threw some gas in it, and now she is icy cold here. Icy cold back here. This is where the thingy-mabopper is. I can't think of the name of it. Orifice tube. We got to make this work somehow, too, at some point. But compressor's running, obviously. And got my mom's meat thermometer in here. 46.9. We've been floating around the 46, 47 degree mark for about 15 minutes. And right now it's about 75 degrees outside and humidity is about a 70 percentile-ish range. So as the basic rule of thumb in HVAC goes, if you can get like a 20 degree differential from outside, you're probably fine. Our discharge air is more than that. It is 70, I don't know, about almost 30 degrees, about 28, 30 degrees. So I will take that. Now the problem is obviously the system was dead flat. There was nothing in it. There was maybe 5 PSI in it, so it was dead flat. There's obviously a leak somewhere. Is it a big leak? I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I didn't look for a leak. So we're gonna see how long the AC lives for. It could be a day, could be weeks, could be months, could be hours. So I'm gonna go take it for a ride, make sure it works while the truck is on. If I rev the shit out of it, it doesn't cut out anymore. I had to keep topping off the gas just little by little and letting the system settle out. But so far, it seems pretty solid. 45.1, baby, she's getting colder. Oh, baby, look at that. Look at those numbers. Now she's after some light driving. So just a little cruising for a bruising. Also, check engine lights haven't came back, so that's good. Light cruising goes up a little. It's gonna fluctuate, I figure, but it's looking good. And I figure, I don't know exactly how this works, because my last truck that I redid the whole AC system on had electric fans, so it was kind of a different animal than dealing with this truck because it has a clutch fan. So RPM, I don't know if it's supposed to affect the cooling system. It probably isn't supposed to affect it, but most likely it's going to, because who knows how good the clutch is on this clutch fan. But I mean, come on. 45. I like that. I like that. Now the real test is, will it survive all the RPM and torque of a 6-liter? 5K. Yeah, it's still blowing cold in the race truck. The $900 race truck. Just got back home after a little ride. As we can tell, it dipped all the way down to 41. It's gonna go back up a few degrees now that we're sitting still. You can't tell me this was not a good purchase. You guys thought I was done. This is one of those vehicles where I told myself I'm not gonna wash it because it's not worth washing. But I shined the wheels up because the wheels were pretty gross looking. And then I ended up washing the whole truck. And it's not a great example because right now it's wet and raining. It actually cleaned up pretty well. This paint is in surprisingly good shape in some places. For the most part, there's a lot of scratches. There's that. There's all of that. But if you look past it, if you look at the upper eye level, you get to see some nice tape residue. A bed cover that has a hole in it over there and a lot of like tree sap stuck on the back. Broken mirror. It looks good. It looks good. Still not sold on these headlights, but there's not a single thing I'm gonna do about that. This one has kind of gone cattywampus, so that's cool. But yeah, dude, the rig is cleaning up nice. Come on. Come on, baby. Oh my God, this thing is horrifying. Well, folks, I think that is plenty of content for part 2 of the $900 GMC Silverado. I have affectionately named this bad boy, or bad gal, Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn. I don't know how you say it, but I like the name. But as you guys have seen, this truck is doing surprisingly well. At this point, I've been daily driving it. I've racked up some mileage. I'll put the total on screen, whatever I have driven it. It's been doing good. The only 2 issues I've had with it so far was the front brake, which obviously we took care of together, and then the carrier bearing also went out one day, which I don't know how it didn't like give me an issue before, because it was blowing out when I bought the truck, and I was just like, oh, see if it drives, and it drove fine. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep driving until it gives me an issue. It gave me an issue. So we also swapped in a cheap carrier bearing from Amazon underneath, and I've had 0 problems since. But now this thing's got tunes, it cruises nice. I personally think the exhaust sounds great, even though we do have some exhaust work coming up in the next video when we dive into more of the mechanical things, you know, trying to figure out what the hell that crazy noise is from the motor. I have looked into it this much because it's given me this many issues. But all in all, this $900 truck is faring very well for itself, and I'm happy that so many people have tuned in to see this thing. I'm pretty stoked about that. So thank you guys for everything. I truly do appreciate it. But again, that is where we're gonna be wrapping it up. I don't wanna keep drawing this out any longer. I know this video is on the longer side. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you once again for tuning in. If you guys wanna help the channel more than you already do, down below will be a link to some TJR Auto merch. By the time this video goes up, I might have a $900 truck shirt or sticker released, at least on the website. So I'll put it on the screen if there is. If not, sorry. But as I always say, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I truly do appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.